This video is about linear functions and linear equations. A function f is a linear function if it can be written as f of x equals mx plus b, where our m and b are just numbers, they're constants, and where m, the letter m, it stands for the slope, and b is the y value of the y-intercept. You have probably heard this more similar to the equation of a line, the slope-intercept form of a line, and that is y equals mx plus b. All right, and so our x and our y are going to stay as variables in this equation, and our m here stands for the slope, and our b is our y value of the y-intercept, and we'll talk about that here just a second in an example. Let's then talk about the standard form. So sometimes we see a linear equation in standard form. The standard form is ax plus by equals c. So the major difference here is that if you notice in the standard form, we have our x and y terms on the left-hand side and just our constant on the right-hand side, whereas our slope-intercept form is typically and always solved for y. So we have y equals whatever. This is going to be the form that we typically want it in because it's easier to work with, it's easier to graph it, and so if we have it in standard form, most of the time, 90% of the time, we are wanting to solve it for y to get it in that slope-intercept form. Now, let's use this slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, to work our example problem. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form with slope 2 and y-intercept 0, 9. So our first question is asking what the slope is. We just need to, again, recognize that m stands for slope. And so the slope in this problem is 2. Now it's asking what the y-intercept is, and it gave us that. The y-intercept is a point, in this case 0, 9, and the y-intercept in general is where a line crosses the y-axis when we start graphing. So you'll see that in later examples. Now the b is going to be, again, the y value of that y-intercept. So our y value here is 9. Our y-intercept will always be in 0, b format. So the y value here, 9, is going to be our b. And now we're putting all of this together using that y equals mx plus b format to write our final equation. So the y is going to stay as y. And then we're plugging in what we know. So this is y equals m. We said m is 2. The x stays as x plus b. B is 9. So our final equation, given the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is 0, 9, is y equals 2x plus 9. Now I want to make a quick note here. If our b was negative, let's say, just a quick example, let's say we keep that same slope of 2, but let's say our b is negative 8. Then our equation would be y equals 2x minus 8. Okay, so the sign of b is going to give you this sign, whether that be adding or subtracting.